friends. Welcome to This Day in Jack Benny. I'm John Henderson. This episode with me as a special guest is my wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about summertime and how I know, shows would go on hiatus.
Including the Jack Benny show, yeah.
So what do you have planned now that Jack isn't doing any summer shows?
Well, eventually I'd like to do an intro for every episode of Jack Benny, where I explain the references and get clips and things. But he was on the air for like 30 years. It would take me 30 years to finish this project. And so the summertime is a good chance to catch up just a little bit.
Oh, I see. So it'll be a series of bonus episodes.
Yeah, basically episodes from any time in the year, not necessarily This Day in Jack Benny.
I know you have a series of other old-time radio podcasts you've been working on.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what that looks like for you this summer.
Well, everybody loves Jack Benny, but people have different tastes when it comes to other old-time radio shows. So if you like those spooky, creepy, maybe suspenseful old radio shows, I've got a podcast called Theater of Thrills. Now, it is also on hiatus, but there's so many old episodes that if you're new to the podcast, you've got plenty to listen to. In fact, I just did a 25-part series of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, so you could go back and listen to all those episodes. Or if those scary episodes are not your style, I also have something called Bible Broadcasts, which is like hymns and dramatizations of Bible stories, so good for the whole family.
I know you also have Gee Whiz, which is, the typical American teenager.
Yeah.
And Famous Stories.
The thing about old-time radio is they're not making any new old-time radio. So there's only a certain number of episodes of The Aldrich Family or the Damon Runyon Theater. So I've actually completed all of those episodes, and you can listen to them all in the back catalog by subscribing to Gee Whiz or Famous Stories.
And all of those links, of course, are at thisdaybenny.com.
That's right. Now, this week, we got some sad news. Joan Benny, Jack Benny and Mary Livingstone's daughter, died at the age of 86. Actually, she was 1 week away from her 87th birthday. So she died last Thursday, June 10th, 2021. And her birthday would have been tomorrow, this Thursday, June 17th.
Can you tell me a little bit about Joan?
Well, I have seen a number of interviews with her, and the thing that I noticed throughout the years is she's very put together. Like, she always looks just a little bit glamorous. It's sort of similar to her mother, Mary Livingstone, who was always, very put together and, not quite formal, but, likes to look good. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Although she's not the natural daughter of Jack Benny and Mary Livingstone, they adopted her. Remember I had that interview with Jack Benny's grandson?
Yes, of course.
He mentioned that their good friends, Burns and Allen, George Burns and Gracie Allen, had adopted a child, and they thought that's a good idea, and so they adopted Joan.
Oh.
And so there's a number of episodes where she'll come in and do a little part. Mm-hmm. And so those are always very fun. And we've got one of those coming up in just a minute. And also, she would sub for her mom. She would sub in for Mary Livingstone because at a certain point, Mary Livingstone got too, stage fright to do the show live. And so Joan would come in, read the lines in front of the audience, and then Mary would later dub them in.
Now that's interesting. So which episode do we have today?
So this episode is from October 15th, 1950. And in the episode, they mention the American Legion Convention.
The veterans had organized the American Legion. As usual, the Legionnaires took the town by storm.
Some movie stars, Claudette Colbert.
I can't believe it. I really can't.
Gary Cooper.
Couldn't stay away from you another day. You always meant so much to me.
And Danny Kaye.
Many years ago, when I first started in a saloon called the Martinique, Jack Benny came down and we became very fast friends. And ever since then, he has followed my career with tremendous interest as I have his. When I see Jack, I'll tell him exactly what happened and tell him that the hair on this figure is mine.
They mentioned the newspaper comic strip Dick Tracy. The current villain was named TV Wiggles. He threatened to smash television sets at local bars unless they paid him protection money.
I don't get it, Tracy.
Why the gun?
Hey, you ain't got nothing on us.
Oh, not too much. Just burglary, assault, vandalism, impersonating police officers, and a little thing like attempted murder.
Television was becoming very popular.
And here, friends, is America's #1 television value, the Admiral 3-foot Theater. This Admiral console features a big 16-inch television screen that brings you the finest, clearest picture you've ever seen. You can get it in mahogany for $695. And all these wonderful Admiral products will be available at their local Admiral dealers also.
They made a television version of this episode 4 years later.
Ladies and gentlemen, on radio and on television, I'm not supposed to be married. But I'm sure that most of you know that Mary is really my wife and Joni my daughter. I'd like to have them both take a bow.
On the radio, Dennis Day plays a teenager, even though in real life he's in his 30s. And his real name is not Dennis Day, it's Eugene Patrick McNulty. Keep listening after the show to hear clips from the TV version of this episode. So tune in your television set and enjoy the show.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
I wooed my gal with music soft and finally won her hand when I got smart and switched right to that milder Lucky brand.
Right in the mirror on my wall there is a fine reflection. I see big stacks of Lucky packs of smoke that is perfection.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
Enjoy your cigarette. Enjoy truly fine tobacco that combines both perfect mildness and rich taste in one great cigarette, Lucky Strike. For only fine tobacco gives you both perfect mildness and rich taste. And LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So friends, be happy, go lucky. Try a carton of Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingstone, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, important things happened in Beverly Hills yesterday. They weren't the kind of things you read about in the papers, but they were important nevertheless. It all started late in the afternoon at Mary Livingstone's house.
Oh, Pauline.
Yes, Miss Livingstone.
I'd like you to straighten out the house. Mr. Benny is coming over.
Oh, does he want you to sign a new lease?
No, this is just a social visit.
Oh. Well, I can't clean the whole house. Your sister's still asleep in the guest room.
Then skip that room.
Miss Livingstone, why did your sister Babe make this trip to California?
For the Legion convention. She was with the Fighting 69. So, Pauline, let her get all the rest she can because she has to leave soon and go back to her job.
Is she still working as a deep-sea diver?
Yes, and I hope the vacation out here makes her forget her recent loss.
Loss?
She was engaged to another deep-sea diver. May he rest in peace.
Gee, what happened to him?
Well, he was working on a salvage job 80 feet underwater. Babe walked by and he tipped his hat. But Babe will get over it.
I hope so. You know, Miss Livingstone, life is funny. Years ago, you and I used to work side by side at the May Company. Now you're a big radio star and I'm your maid.
Yeah. By the way, Pauline, can you lend me $5 for payday?
Sure. Here. That's 10 you owe me.
Okay. Now, Pauline, you can finish cleaning up. I'm going to call Mr. Benny and see what's keeping him.
Rochester, will you please answer? Oh, I forgot. He went to the store. Hello?
Hello, Jack. I thought you were coming over to my house. I'm waiting for you.
I'll be over. What's the rush?
Well, Jack, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's been on my mind a long time, and now that I've worked up enough courage, Jack, come over as soon as you can.
Okay, Snoogey, I'll be over. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I wonder what can be so important that she wants to talk to me about. She said it was...
Hello, boss. I'm back from the store.
Good, Rochester. What did you buy?
1/4 pound of butter, a loaf of bread, 2 pounds of ground round, and our usual supply of canned goods.
Oh.
And, boss, I think next week I'll have to shop at a different market.
Why? What's wrong with our regular market?
Well, you know how they charge us less for cans that are bent?
Yes.
Well, this morning they caught me bending them.
Rochester, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Bending cans to get them cheaper. I'm glad you were caught.
They wouldn't have caught me if I hadn't asked for a mop.
What'd you need a mop for?
I tried to bend a bottle of milk.
That's the most ridiculous... Rochester, you're joking, aren't you?
I was just trying to worry you into giving me more money for shopping.
I give you enough. Now, look, Rochester, I've got to rush over to Miss Livingstone's house right away. I'll be back for dinner.
Okay.
See you later. Be happy-go-lucky, be happy-go-lucky, strike. Oodly-poo-poo-poo-poo. Oodly-poo-poo. Gee, that's a catchy song. Be happy-go-lucky, be happy-go-lucky, strike. Gosh, it's been hot the last few days. Temperature's been way up to 104. Sure glad I didn't empty my swimming pool in September. Business has been great. Yesterday, they were using towels faster than I could wash them. Be happy-go-lucky, be happy. See, I can't imagine what Mary wants to see me about. Couldn't be about her contract. She just signed a new one. I wonder if... Say, I'll bet I know what it is. For years, I've been asking her to marry me, and she's always turned me down. Now I'll bet she changed her mind. That's what it is. That's all it could be. Holy mackerel. Be happy-go-lucky, be happy-go-lucky, strike, be happy. She'll be wonderful when Mary and I get married. We'll be able to go to parties together, go on vacations together, file joint income tax returns. La 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 la. I think I'll stop at this drugstore and get a copy of True Story magazine. There's an article in this issue about me. I wonder where...
May I help you, sir?
Oh, I just want to pick out a magazine. Now, let's see. Oh, here it is. True Story magazine. Yep, here's the article. Well, my picture, too. And it's in color. Look at those big blue eyes. Here's the story. Hello, Everybody, by Jack Benny, as told to Joseph Kaye. I was born in Waukegan, Illinois, 36 miles from Chicago. My father had a men's clothing store.
Oh, clerk. Yes, sir. Give me your package of Lucky Strikes, please. There you are. Thanks.
I would open a store with a buddy named Julius Finnegan. Dad's comment was, if you lose your own money, that's your privilege. What have you got against Julius? Dad and Mother wanted me to be a...
May I wait on you, miss?
Yes, I'd like this deck of canasta cards and 2 packages of cigarettes, please.
Of what kind?
Lucky Strike.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow's my father's birthday. Could you gift wrap a carton of Luckies?
Oh, I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
I was afraid I could never reach it. So I was wondering... Gee, this story's so long, I haven't got time to stand here and read it. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Nah, it's about me. I'll buy it. Oh, clerk. Clerk,
Yes, sir?
I want this copy of True Story magazine.
Yes, sir. That'll be 20 cents.
Here's $1.
Thank you. I'll get you change.
I wonder if I ought to get 3 or
Oh, hello,
4.
Mr. Benny.
Huh? Oh, hello, Dennis.
What are you doing here in the drugstore?
I'm buying a magazine.
Oh,
What are you doing here, Dennis?
I'm buying some arsenic. I'm going to commit suicide.
That's nice. Clerk, give me my change.
Just a minute, mister. Did you hear what he said?
Yes, give me my change.
Do you know him?
Uh-huh.
Well, aren't you going to do anything about it?
No, give me my change.
Well, I'm going to. Young man, why do you want to commit suicide?
Well, the girl I was in love with sneaked off and married somebody else.
Oh, that's too bad. When did you find out about it?
2 years ago.
Clerk, give me my change.
Young man, you say your girl left you 2 years ago. Why have you waited so long to kill yourself?
I wanted to see if Dick Tracy would catch TV Wiggles.
Young man, here's your bottle of arsenic, compliment of the house.
Thank you. Oh, mister.
Yes?
Do I get anything back on the bottle?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Dennis. Go home.
Yes, sir. Goodbye.
You see, clerk? You see? Now, clerk, how about my change?
Here you are, sir.
Thank you. Can't understand a kid like Dennis Day. Seems that the older he gets, the sillier he gets. And yet to hear him sing, you'd think he was a normal human being. What a voice. Yesterday, when he came over to my house to try out his song, it sounded so beautiful. He looked so bright as he was standing there by the piano. I cannot understand this kid.
Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. Sometimes I take a great notion to jump into the river and drown. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Yep, his voice was better than ever. But as soon as he got through singing, he turned to me and said, "Goodbye, Mr. Benny. Have a nice trip." Then I went upstairs and packed before I realized I wasn't going anywhere. He drives me nuts. Well, there's Mary's house. I wonder how she's going to go about it. I bet she'd be coy and bashful. See, June would be a nice month to get married. I wonder what I should have for my best man. I could have my agent. He should be out on parole by then. Oh, well, I got time to think about it.
Oh, hello, Jack.
Hello, Mary. You wanted to talk to me, eh?
Yes, come on into the den.
Okay. Okay, Mary. What is it, kid?
Just a second. I want to lock the door.
Oh, gee. Well, come on, Mary. Tell me. Tell me. What is it?
Wait, Jack. I want to shut the window.
The window? All right, Mary, you got me over here. You locked the door. You closed the window. Now, gee, what is it? What do you talk to me about, huh? Huh?
Jack, I've been thinking about this one subject for a long time.
Yes. What is it, Mary?
Jack, something's got to be done about your being so cheap.
What? Is that all you wanted to talk to me about?
Yes, Jack, and I'm serious. It's gone to a point where everybody in town is talking about it.
About me being cheap? Just name one person who said so.
Well, Claudette Colbert, Danny Kaye, Gary...
I only asked for one. And anyway, a fine bunch they are to talk about me being cheap. Especially that Danny Kaye. With that head of hair of his. That guy's too cheap to spend 50 cents for a haircut.
They're $1.25 now.
Oh.
Jack, look, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but all I can do is tell you this. You better change your ways or you won't have a friend in the world.
Well, all right, Mary. I'll tell you what I'll do if you think I'm so cheap. You put on your best evening dress, and tonight I'll take you to dinner at Ciro's.
I'm sorry, Jack, but I already have a date for tonight.
You have? With whom?
Oh, somebody. You don't know him.
Oh. You know, Mary, a funny thing. When you called me to come over here, I was so sure you were going to... Well...
Going to what?
Oh, never mind. I'll be running along.
Bye, Jack.
Goodbye, Mary.
Is that you, boss?
Yeah, it's me.
What's the matter? Don't you feel well?
No, I feel all right.
Well, I'll go in and fix some dinner.
Just a minute.
Huh?
Come here, Rochester.
Yes, sir.
Rochester.
Yes, boss.
Rochester, do you think I'm cheap?
Oh, no, boss, I wouldn't say cheap. A little snug, maybe, but not cheap.
That's right, Rochester. I don't believe in throwing my money away, but I'm certainly not miserly. See, I remember last year when I was walking down the street and a panhandler came over to me. He only asked me for a dime, and I gave him 50 cents. There they go again. Rochester, I don't feel like eating. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Good night, boss.
Oh, boy, was I fooled. I was sure Mary had decided to marry me. I certainly asked her enough. See, the first time I asked her was when she was working at the May Company. See, if she'd accepted me then, we'd have been married a long time now. Maybe even have a family. Imagine being married to Mary. All these years. And have a family. Married to Mary.
And Figueroa. Let him off, please. Let him off.
Hey, Mary, here's our corner.
I'm coming, Pauline.
Let him off, please. Let him off.
Gee, I wish I lived closer to the bus line. After standing behind the stocking counter all day, my feet are killing me.
We sure were busy today, weren't we?
Yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Benny.
Hello, Mrs. Krausmeyer. How are the children?
Well, Leonard and Julius are fine.
Well, that's good.
But Irving, Milk, Tack, Sam, George, Cliff, Bonnie, Peggy, Trudy, Michael, and Zeppo have colds.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and what a time for it to happen. The oldest one starts school next week.
Well, everything happens at once. It sure is hot today, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Indian summer. The Indians can stop already.
You said it. Goodbye, Mrs. Kratzmeyer.
Goodbye, Mrs. Benny.
As I was saying, Pauline, I'm sorry we had to work so late. I was anxious to get home early because today's my wedding anniversary.
Really? How long you been married to that schnook?
22 years.
Well, buck up, kid. It could have happened to anybody. I almost fell for him myself. I'll never forget that first day he walked into the store. Has he still got that ukulele?
No, he's got something worse now, a violin. Oh, brother.
By the way, how'd you do at it?
Joni? Oh, she's fine. You know, she's 17 now.
Time certainly flies.
Yeah. Well, here's where I live. Night, Pauline.
Good night, Mary.
Hello, Joni.
Oh, hello, Mother. I was so busy with my homework, I didn't hear you come in.
But, Joni, as a rule, you're finished with your homework by this time.
Well, I'm doing it over. I never should have asked Daddy to help me. Look, he did all my arithmetic problems, and every answer is 39.
Oh, that's a number that stuck in his mind. Where's Daddy now?
He's in his room.
Oh. Oh, why doesn't he stop scratching on that thing?
Oh, I know how you feel, Mother. At school, they can't understand why I flunked music appreciation.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I think that...
Oh, hello, wifey. How's my little sweetheart today?
Little sweetheart. You don't even know what today is.
I do, too. It's our anniversary. It's just 22 years ago today that you said, I do.
Yeah, me and my big mouth.
What?
For 22 years, you've been telling me you're going to be a big radio star. When is it going to happen? When?
Oh, Mother, don't pick on Daddy. He's such a good cook.
Darn right. I've been slaving over a hot stove all day preparing dinner. Now, who can that be?
I'll get it.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, Mother, this is my new boyfriend. I met him in school. His name is Eugene McNulty.
Eugene Patrick McNulty.
Eugene, I want you to meet my mother and father.
How do you do, Mrs. Benny?
No, this is my mother. Daddy, take off that apron.
Gee, and I kissed his hand.
Would you young folks like to be alone?
No, thanks.
I'm not talking to you. Now, come on. Let's leave the children alone.
Okay.
Eugene.
Yeah?
Would you like to go into the parlor?
Uh-huh. Gee, what a beautiful room. You've got a big radio, a piano, and a television set.
Yeah, Mother works awfully hard. That's a picture of her on the piano.
Oh, this picture over here. Is this your father?
Yeah, that picture was taken when he was in the Navy.
Gee, you must be proud of him. Underneath it says Admiral.
That's the name of the television set.
Oh.
Here's our family album. Would you like to look through it?
Uh-huh.
This is my cousin Rita.
Oh.
And this is cousin Earl. And this one here is my Uncle Mert.
Who's that tough-looking guy standing beside him?
My Aunt Babe.
Gee, she sure has a big head.
That's her diving helmet. And here on the next page is Mama and Daddy's wedding picture. Don't they look nice?
Yeah, but why is your father holding that violin?
Everybody notices that. He played at his own wedding.
Well, what are you laughing at?
As they marched down the aisle to the strains of Oh Promise Me, Mama had to hold his rosin.
No.
On a pillow yet.
Say, Joni, who's this cute little girl on the opposite page?
Well, that's a picture of me the day I started school.
Oh, but you look like you're only 2 years old.
I was. Daddy wanted me to get through school fast so I could go to work.
I think that's terrible.
Oh, I don't mind, as long as it helps Mother. You know, she's been working at the May Company ever since she and Daddy got married. Work, work, work. She never even had one day off. I was born in an elevator.
All right, Joni, time to eat. Dinner's on the table. Excuse us, Eugene.
Jack, invite him to dinner.
Huh? Yeah. Then I can talk to him and find out how much money he makes. Well, we got to see that our daughter marries well. You can't keep working forever. Come on, children, to the table.
Eugene, you sit here next to Joni. That's right.
Isn't that cute, Mother? Daddy decided to play his violin while we have dinner.
Oh, Mr. Benny, why don't you sit down and eat with us?
No. I prefer to play. You see, if you care to express your appreciation for the music, there's an empty plate on the table.
Well, that does it.
Huh?
I've stood all I can. I didn't mind working all these years.
Mary.
I didn't mind you insulting my friends. But now you've gone too far. You have been hurting Joni's chances, and why? Because you're cheap. That's what you are. You're cheap. You hear me? Cheap.
But, Mary, I'm not cheap. A little snug, maybe, but I'm not cheap. I'm not cheap. I'm not. I'm not cheap.
Boss, wake up.
Huh?
Boss, you've been dreaming.
Yeah, I guess I was. Gee, Rochester was the most... I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Mary.
Oh, what is it, Mary?
Well, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and, Jack, I'm sorry about those things I said to you today.
Oh, that's all right, Mary. And I must tell you something funny. I just had a dream that you and I were married, and we had a 17-year-old daughter, Joni, and her boyfriend was Dennis.
Was I still working at the May Company?
Yes.
I thought so. Good night, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season of America's most shameful waste, forest fires. Help prevent forest fires by extra care in the handling of matches, cigarettes, and in extinguishing campfires. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Thank you. Jack will be back in just a moment, but first, everybody be happy, go lucky, and let's get into the spirit of the football season.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky, strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
I count the downs and mark the yards reeled off by every back, and in between the halves I smoke one half a lucky pack.
I lead the crowd in rah-rah-rah to cheer the team we like. But when it comes to cigarettes, we cheer for Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
Yes, friends, be happy, go lucky. Enjoy your cigarette. Puff by puff, you'll find Lucky's always give you perfect mildness. In fact, scientific tests confirmed by 3 independent consulting laboratories prove Lucky Strike is milder than any other principal brand. And puff by puff, you always get rich taste, too. All the deep-down smoking enjoyment that comes from truly fine tobacco. Because LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So, friends, be happy. Go lucky. Try a carton of Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, go lucky strike, be happy, go lucky strike today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the part of Joan Benny was played by Miss Joan Benny. And next
Jack.
week... Yes, Don?
The next time you have a dream, put me in it, will you? I didn't have one line on this show.
Well, Don, that's right. You weren't in the show. But don't worry. A check will be made out in your name.
Thanks.
Just endorse it and give it to Joni.
What?
Good night, sir.
Be sure to hear Dennis Day and the Day in the Life of Dennis Day. Stay tuned for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
What a fun episode of Jack Benny, and I mentioned that 4 years later, they did this same episode again for television. It included Mary Livingstone as herself and their actual daughter, Joan Benny.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Shaving cream with Diaxin in it. Shaving cream with lanolin in it. Shaving cream with chlorophyll in it. Had to chase all over town to find shaving cream with soap in it. There. I'm all shaved. Nothing like a nice, smooth... I forgot to put a blade in it. Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Mary.
Oh, Mary, I was just thinking of calling you. What's on your mind?
Well, what are you doing right now?
Nothing. Why?
Well, I've been sitting here thinking, and there is something I'd like to talk to you about.
Gee, it sounds important.
Oh, it is, Jack. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and now that I've worked up enough courage, well,
Look, Mary, I don't know what you're getting at, but if it's that important, as soon as I finish shaving, I'll come over to your apartment.
It can't wait. I'll come over there.
Well, all right. Goodbye. For years, I've been asking her to marry me, and she's always turned me down. I even asked her last week. That's it. She must have changed her mind. That's what it is. That's all it could be. What do you want to talk to me about, Mary?
Jack, something has got to be done about your being so cheap.
What's the matter, boss? You don't look good.
I got a headache.
Oh, well, then this will make you feel good.
Champagne?
It's 7-Up with an Alka-Seltzer in it. Okay.
No, I'm going to lie down here on the couch a while. Imagine Mary and me getting married.
And now, before I pronounce you man and wife, I must ask you these questions. Do you promise to always smoke Lucky Strikes?
I do.
And do you know that Luckies are made of that fine, that light, that naturally mild tobacco?
I do.
Now, will you both repeat after me? LS, MFT. LS, MFT. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks. Joni, would you like to do another TV show with me?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to talk to my agent.
Your agent? Joni, I'm your father.
I know, but Mother told me to get an agent.
Good night, folks. See you in 3 weeks.
If you want more bonus episodes and rarities like this, consider becoming a patron of This Day in Jack Benny. Go to thisdaybenny.com/Patreon. For $5 a month, you get 2 bonus episodes, plus the whole back catalog. Thanks.